This is the show where Will stood up and we all complimented his penis. I feel comfortable complimenting your arms.
Is Will hang dong, man?
Will's got
average.
He's average. He's got a.
Hey.
It's brown.
average.
It's very brown.
It's
You don't say.
Yeah.
I mean, about the color you would expect it to be.
It's about the color of your arms, actually. Your arms look a lot
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Will's
yeah.
penis, is what I'm trying to say.
That's a pretty big penis.
Welcome to the AnythingCast, by the way. I'm Patrick.
I'm Eric.
I'm Noah.
And another episode with Noah because Will isn't here.
I'm brown.
Thank you,
We
Noah.
usually have a
Thank
Native
you.
American. Now we have a Mexican who is half Spanish and half Native American.
Also, yeah. Truly,
like-
we replaced one brown man with another.
So, I mean, quite frankly, Will had to tell me that he was Native American. I had no fucking clue.
Well, the difference between Will and Noah is that Noah has the N-word pass. He was,
Do I?
yeah.
Does he? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I like the reaction of a man not even knowing he does. I want to believe you were just excited. You were like, I do?
I'm not sure that Noah has the N-word pass.
No, he definitely does, dude. Look at him. He definitely does.
I mean, I could agree that he's not white, but like that's
I could
about
also
it.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I wouldn't even really assume off the bat. I'd be like, I don't know.
Our friend Jeff's parents, his dad specifically, calls Noah the Chinese man who is not Chinese.
I mean, that's kind
That's
of
my,
accurate. The
That's
second
my
half
supervillain
is
name.
Yeah, that's
the Chinese man
the
who's
fake
not
Chinaman.
Chinese.
We had a whole bit about
Hey,
that.
man,
on that
like
episode.
we discussed it. You can't say Chinaman.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's
Oh.
all right.
Seems like an odd thing to draw a line on.
It's because of the way it was
Like,
used.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair. It's kind of like boy
Yeah,
in
like
context.
yeah, like
like
it's a very benign word in itself.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
start
like-
calling you that, Eric. I'm gonna start calling you boy.
I mean,
Bruh.
well, that's the thing. like I've been called boy a million times in my life in like school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's a very normal Southernism. But
And then you look into a history of the word, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I mean, like if you use it like, you can use it in a derogatory sense, like to refer to someone of another race, and by calling them boy, you're
you call them
suggesting
half a person basically.
that they're not a real man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not white or whatever.
I had a
You know.
teacher one time who got mad and gave me
OSS or
No,
LSD?
no,
ISS is in
detention
school.
because like teacher can't get. I wanted to say she gave me in school suspension, but a teacher can't give you in school suspension. Like the fucking vice principal or something has to give you that, right?
I guess.
No, a
I
teacher
don't know.
can.
Can they? Then that's
Yeah.
probably what I got. But like I was in 5th grade and my teacher was this old black lady, right? She was like, I don't know, 67, 68. And she said something about like, Patrick, why don't you go over there and do that? And I said, okie dokie pokey. And she got fucking like red in the face and pissed and like told me to leave the classroom. And I was like, I had no idea what I did.
Yeah.
And talking to your microphone now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm brown. But yeah, my mother came up there. My mom was like, "What did he do?" Like, I understand my son. You can be much sometimes, whatever. She was trying to be nice, and then because I was the perfect little angel, I never did anything wrong, as a matter of fact, and she was just a lying whore. But the woman claimed that "okie dokie pokey" was a slur, like pokey was a slur for black people,
Yeah.
and that
I've never heard that one.
right.
Well, I've heard since looking into it, paddy wagon is actually a slur.
Paddy wagon just refers to the
like a
police
car?
van. That
Yes,
they put
but it was
multiple
called
people in.
it was originally called a paddy wagon because
Oh,
you would
Irish
round up
people,
Irish
isn't it?
with
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Oh my
I
God.
figured it out right as you were
What the
saying.
fuck?
I was like, oh, because Paddy, like
Yep.
Patrick, like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
You can put a lot of Irishmen in that car.
Okay. Yeah.
And you will.
Why don't we? Yeah, you will. Why don't we go back to that? Why don't we go back to racism against the Irish? That's a dead meme these
Patrick,
days.
you're Irish.
because
Yeah, I know. You're telling me.
You're like overtly Irish.
Why don't we go back to
literally
racist
your
against
name
me,
is
dude?
Paddy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
You're-
like,
you're
Put me in
literally
the
Paddy.
wagon, bro. That's all I'm saying. I want the cultural experience. Put me in the back of the fucking wagon. I want to get drunk and arrested at a bar.
Well, go beat your wife.
I
We
I
got-
already have. You can't
Man,
tell.
you-
I put makeup on her.
Man, you've
Oh.
seen Kira. She beats him.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, she's a huge woman, dude. Compared to my stature, I don't even size up, dude. I'm like what 4'5". She's like almost 6 feet, dude.
He's
I don't
a
stand a
wee
chance.
lad, as the Irish say.
Yeah, I'm a leprechaun, as they calls him. I
I actually found him at the end of a rainbow.
You don't want to know what I was doing at the end of that rainbow.
That actually tells me a lot. That makes a lot of sense.
It was actually just the gay pride parade, but the Irish gay pride
I was
parade.
new to America. I didn't understand
wow,
the
that's-
context.
That's a contradiction. The Irish gay pride parade.
Yeah, well, we were all very drunk. It
the Irish
became
are
the gay pride
famously
parade.
nice to the gays.
Yeah.
You know. They
It
love 'em.
became the gay pride parade after a couple of drinks. It was just the normal
okay.
parade at first, but then I arrived,
and it got real gay real quick.
You guys ever see that skit with like it's this actual Irish couple, right? And like she's pointing out
talking
that
to the front of your microphone, Noah.
it's this actual Irish couple, right? And the woman, they're in the car, and the woman with the man who is driving points out that a lot of the singers he enjoys who are Irish are gay, and he and this was following him saying there are no gay people in Ireland. It's a skit now.
Yeah.
I need to point that out. Like, he wasn't being serious, but he's like, no, he's not gay. He's a singing man.
He's
all
a
right? He's just a singing man.
Yeah. Yes. The fucking
Yes.
30s, back when you could call a gay man a singing man.
Yeah, the entire UK was very upset while trying to understand what Elton John was.
A singing man.
Yeah, he was. He was a singing man.
Mm-hmm.
They
he
weren't-
was that.
They weren't incorrect when they called him a singing man.
Considering
I
how
mean,
long
yes,
I was in
I will
choir,
agree with that. He's still a singing man. in
He
fact.
is. He is.
I wonder when my parents realized that I wasn't straight.
Did they?
When they heard you sing.
Probably. They were like, "Oh, he's a singing
he's
man."
a singing man.
Theater.
Ah.
Let's go ahead and buy him a dress. God damn.
My parents. This is. I don't think I've ever told this story to anyone. My friends and I, when I was in high school, we'd make like little home movies, like basically little YouTube bits.
Mhm.
And we made a video that was like a joke parody of Resident Evil 4. What are you buying?
What are you selling?
Thank you.
We all know it.
Yeah. We did that bit, of course.
Mhm.
We were inspired by the Mega 64 Resident Evil 4 video.
Sure.
So we decided to do our own little skit. And I got to play Ada Wong.
Hot.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what that means.
The funny thing is, they did not have to purchase any clothing for him.
Yeah.
He already
Hey.
had it all.
He was a singing man.
I actually
He was
took-
a singing man.
I was a singing man. I took my mother's clothing
Oh,
and
I was right.
yeah.
Oh my.
and I took, because my mom was a very tiny lady when she was younger. She was like very tiny, and I was very tiny at the time too, as I'm sure both of you remember. But I was able to like fit snugly into one of her red dresses, and I put on her high heels,
Mm.
and I put on some makeup.
Were you
and-
able to run in him?
No, not at the time. It wasn't until we did theater together with Eric where I learned to run in heels, and
Yeah,
that was a legitimate skill that I had to learn for something at some point. I don't remember what
a lot
it
of
was.
people, like, in media, it's represented that, these heels are like too clunky to run in. And,
Yeah.
like, after the same thing with Oxford shoes, actually, with men's dress shoes.
Yeah.
And I can say I've seen people run in heels. They definitely made it look easy. And I've ran in fucking Oxford shoes, and it's not as hard as like it's portrayed in movies.
Running in heels is fucking hard.
Is it?
It is. It's fucking hard because it's
Yeah.
basically running on stilts.
These people are skilled then.
Yes.
Yeah, like big
Point being,
stiletto
though-
heels and stuff.
Well,
Point
so,
being,
a
though,
stiletto maybe, but that's a specific design though.
Point being, though, my parents came home in the middle of this.
Yeah.
In the middle of in our living room, we've got a camera. I'm doing like a scene with one of my friends, and my parents came home from church, I believe,
Oh,
to their son in a dress and heels and makeup.
To their singing man
To their
son.
singing man son in the fucking living room. And I can't imagine that what went through my father's head was anything lesser than like, well, he's definitely not straight, is he? Like,
Hey.
if I bust into song right there, would have confirmed everything.
Would have
for him.
confirmed it.
Yeah. When I told my dad eventually that like I dated a guy and that I wasn't that I was bisexual, my dad was like, I know. That was his
Hey.
that was his response. I was
Yeah.
like,
I feel
okay,
like if parents
good.
are paying attention, that should usually be the answer when
That's-
the kid says that.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Like, I wonder when it was. That like they just knew.
That
Like,
may have been it, Patrick. That may have
Maybe
been
it was like the moment. That was the moment. If I had a kid, I feel like I would know like when they're like 8 or something. You know, like
I don't think kids discover their sexuality at 8. Anyway.
No, but
Well,
I mean like
Okay, no, but there are signs.
yeah,
okay.
like
Like I knew a guy when I was growing up like there
He's
were
talking
several
about
kids I
himself
played
right now.
with.
I just want you to know.
and
He's
there
saying
was
he
one
knew a
kid-
guy.
He's also a singing man.
I'm just saying, every time we went to go play X-Men, he wanted to be Storm.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me stop you right there because here's the thing. Like, to
He
this
wanted to
day-
be Storm to this day.
Oh, I met him several
What the
times
fuck?
later. Like he did end up being very gay.
To
Yeah.
this day, if I have the option, like if the game gives you the option to play a male or female character, I choose female.
Yeah,
And I
that's fair.
choose female because they have more clothing options.
Hot.
Huh.
So,
Well,
and I'm not gay.
Yeah.
that's
I'm
fair.
I'm Roman.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
we
follow
discussed
the
that last
I follow the
podcast, yes.
ancient traditions, but I'm not gay. All right.
All right.
All right.
It's not gay, Maximus. Put on the dress.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not gay for you, my lord.
This feels pretty gay to me.
What was the deal with vomitoriums?
The
Like-
vomitorium is just the entrances and exits.
Yeah, it's just
to
the entrance and
uh,
exit. Like there was
Okay.
there was a rumor because of the way we use vomit that it was a place where they would eat to excess and then throw up.
So that's not real.
That's
No.
not real.
Okay.
They did. I mean, they didn't have like places to vomit because they ate to excess. But
I'm sure
obviously,
there were wealthy
Rome
Romans who
became-
did.
late Rome became very overindulgent,
Yes.
and that's why the rumor was very easy to like throw up.
However, I do want to point out that in classic Rome, which was modeled heavily after classic Greece, excess was heavily frowned upon.
Really.
Yes.
In
But,
fact,
like-
it was seen. If you were seen being too girly or anything like that, they would call you Greek
Is that why the
because they were just like, "Oh, this fucking Phil Hellenic motherfucker."
is that
over
why
here.
Bacchus was seen as like a bad god for a while?
Well, Bacchus was seen as a bad god because before he was the god of alcohol, he was also the god of madness, and his
Ah.
followers would celebrate by doing crazy shit like killing other people.
Or being gay in public?
Again, the Romans and Greeks didn't really have a concept of gayness. They had a
Really?
concept of masculinity and femininity. That's why they were okay if you were the one pitching.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
it was
It's
it
not
was like
gay
a
if you're the one pitching. It's only gay if you're the one catching.
it was like a four humors type of deal.
And
where
again,
they just
it-
had an entirely
kinda.
different concept of
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, and again, they didn't view it as gay. They viewed it as like feminine.
Everybody
Yeah.
always says like, "Oh, the end of Rome was so decadent," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I mean, like, how decadent was it compared to like how we live today? Like, was it more or like less decadent to
I mean,
Americans?"
I assume less just because they had less resources.
Yeah,
but
I would
as
say
much as they could
And less
be.
technology. But Rome,
Mm.
as decadent as it was also very advanced.
Yeah.
Both culturally and scientifically.
Mhm. But they still didn't know what gay was. Somehow,
Well, that's
These
a culture
fucking-
thing.
These fucking idiots.
Yeah, I
They hadn't
mean,
figured that out. They were like, "No, there's men and women."
Well, Romans and Greeks and Egyptians also didn't really have a concept of race as we understand it.
yeah, that's a funny thing is like racism as we understand it didn't exist the same way back then. It was mostly based on culture groups.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like especially based on language.
Yeah,
and
like,
religion.
Well,
To
actually,
a Roman, it was like
religion was kind of a little bit more up in the air too, since everyone was generally like
everyone kind of accepted that there were more than one god, and therefore they were like, of course their gods exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, when Alexander the Great went down to Egypt, he just said, "Oh, yes, I call myself the son of Zeus where I come from. From here, you can just call me the son of Ra." Or whatever.
Yeah.
He was just like, whoever the king of the gods is, that's me. That's me.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he's like, he doesn't care. He
Yeah.
didn't care at all. He loved Egyptian shit. He was just like, "Oh, bring me to the temples, anoint me with your oils or whatever."
I always
Like, he
assumed
was
that there
super
would
into
be.
it.
I always assumed that there would be like a hatred amongst like people, even in like in pantheology. You would be like, "Oh, this person worships Ares, right?" And then there'd be people who worship Athena, and then those people would fucking hate each other, or they would.
There
they
is
wouldn't like
actually
each other.
interrelated stuff. Yeah, that's another thing about pantheist or polytheistic religions is that we like nowadays we think of it as like the whole story with every single god and everything like that. That's not how they did it. One, we're getting an amalgamation of all the stories over a very, very long period of time. They would usually just worship one specific god while acknowledging that the others were there.
Mhm.
But if you are a soldier, then you probably mostly just worship Ares.
I was about
If
to point that out.
you're a farmer, mostly Artemis.
they
If
had
you're a
specific
scholar,
gods.
mostly Athena.
And also, like, if you're a soldier, but let's say you decided you wanted to try to invest, try your hand at investing, you'd probably pray to whoever the god of trade was.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Even
just
if you
like-
normally worship Mars, because you're like, Mars doesn't handle that shit.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
seen as
Yeah.
like sacrilegious or something? Or
No,
is it
it's
just
still
like
the same religion.
No, because they. Here's another thing. They
all the
didn't-
gods exist, but you're only asking for the favor of one of them at any given time.
They
Uh,
also didn't view their gods as benevolent.
No,
that's
uh,
true?
like,
The reason
know,
you sacrificed the gods was so that they wouldn't fuck you over for their own amusement.
yeah, it's literally payment. Like you're giving it to them for whatever favor, even if that favor is just don't fuck me up.
God, that rules.
Like
That's so much better than our modern religion. The
Yeah,
like,
it's the same idea. It's just we've changed the.
yeah, now we
nature
pay
of
the
it.
priest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
pretty
pay
much.
anyone.
Yeah, I mean me.
I'm
neither.
brown.
If you want to be part of a major,
Yeah, you take
religion,
people's money.
you're-
I know what brown people do in this country. Yeah, that too.
I took your finance jobs.
Have you had anybody say that like complain that you took their job?
No.
Okay, good. That would be an extremely.
I've had people
ignorant
tell me
take.
to speak English when like English is my primary language.
What in what capacity?
In that capacity,
Like yeah, but in what context? I mean,
You speak
Nothing.
completely
I said something-
unaccented-
I said something in English to them and they didn't understand, so they're like, "We speak English here," and I'm
God damn.
It's like, you dumb motherfucker. Just because I'm brown doesn't mean that I'm not speaking English. You're just a fucktard who doesn't know his own language.
You should have just said apparently not. Like, obviously not.
at the time I was just confused.
Really? How
Yeah.
old were you? Like fucking 13?
I was like college aged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's one of those things where you like legitimately didn't understand the racism happening. Like it's just like this
It was
logically is just very confusing.
Well, before then, you had like the grade school little racism when kids are pretty overt with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, it doesn't feel the same because
Yeah.
it's like they're fucking idiots.
Yeah, that's a
you
good
know?
way to put it. I was just kind of taken aback. I was like, I just repeated what I said.
Yeah.
Since then, I've accepted that I probably speak English at the very least at a higher vocabulary than most of these fucking people. But
Probably in Mississippi. Are you
you
kidding
speak-
me?
Very good. Like, I don't know what to say. Like,
Not
Yeah.
very well.
that
Very
little, that little
good.
brown boy to talk good.
Dang on that little brown boy over there. I tell you
See,
what, boy.
well, there's a certain thing that happens when. Do you speak Spanish?
Un poco.
Yeah, mi no habla español. 2 años en universidad es no bueno. But anyway,
I mean, I understood what he said, so. wasn't bad.
it's a little choppy, but it
Yeah, yeah.
gets the point across.
The only mistake you made was using me instead of yo.
Damn it.
You'll get it one day, Eric.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna start learning Gaelic
As
so I
I
can trip
said,
all you motherfuckers up.
As I said, 2 años no
Hee
bueno.
ha ha hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my roots, dude. I'm gonna go back to the aisle.
You gonna go back to the paddy wagon?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That's where I belong.
Also, it probably doesn't help that it was like 10 años ago, so whatever.
yeah.
Like it's been a hot fucking minute.
Oh,
6
so
anuses ago. What the hell you saying, boy?
in high school, I had my pick of French, German, or Spanish. Right.
Mhm.
Please tell
Being
me
a
you took
high schooler, I
Spanish.
took Spanish because I thought it'd
Hell
be easy,
yeah. Hell yeah.
and it was. But the teacher decided that I had to take notes with the rest of the class,
Really? And?
Fucking wasted
and
your
I
time.
took notes with the rest of the class. What do you mean? And
Damn.
I failed.
Yeah.
Outright refused.
Yeah.
I slapped that bitch right in her bitch face.
Yeah, I got a 30 in that class.
Said puta.
yeah, you know, she
probably didn't
fiercely
do it.
flipped through her book. She's like, "You're in so much trouble when I figure out what that means."
I think the worst thing I ever said to a teacher was I told my math teacher one time because I was talking to the girl behind me. I was hitting on the chick behind me, and my math teacher looked at me and was like, "Patrick, please be quiet. We're in the middle of a lesson." And I turned around and I have literally my brain just, this came out of my mouth. I didn't think about it before I said it. And I just went, "Come on, dude, don't be a little bitch." And he was like the image of a man with like a masculinity problem. He's
Oh,
like,
no.
he was 5'4", bald, like shredded because he was like, you could tell he had like a
He was
very,
one of those like overcompensating.
yeah, he was
manlets.
overcompensating so hard.
That's me, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. And he just immediately turned red and I swear to God, my first reaction, my gut reaction was like, this man is gonna kill me. I thought he was just gonna punch me, and he was just like, he just pointed to the window, the door. I was like, out now. I was like, yeah, you got it, man. I'm sorry. I don't know. When you're a kid, stuff like that just comes out of your mouth because you don't like think about who you're talking to first.
Because you literally have an underdeveloped frontal lobe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I would really like to go back to that guy. I think his name was Mr. Francis. I'd really like to go back to him and like just apologize and be like, I'm really sorry I called you a bitch that one time.
Once you hit your 30s, you generally think of a lot of anything that still sticks in your mind from your teenage years. You either say, yeah, that was cool. Or,
that was cool. Or you're like, man, I was cringe.
Oh, like, I really need to find that person and apologize.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I can't believe I actually did that.
Feel all of that.
Yeah.
Do you have like that 2 a.m. cringe thing that you did as a child that won't leave your head?
No, there's a couple.
Remember that time you were cringe?
No! A lot of it has to do with my early romantic attempts.
Oh my God,
because
yes.
I was so oblivious. Like I was a
that's another
relatively
thing. Like,
handsome man. Like I was doing okay, but I was a complete fucking nerd, and I had no fucking clue what was going on.
No, that's absolutely another thing. You look
there were a
back
couple of cute chicks that I look back on,
and they were hitting on you. Yeah,
they were throwing their pussies at me like a lasso.
God
and
damn.
it fell on the ground next to me, and I picked it up and said,
You dropped
"Excuse
this,
me,
ma'am."
madam. You dropped the lasso." That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get
Exactly. Yes.
I think that just happens to every man in their life. Like they're gonna be like that person was
Holy
hitting on me.
shit.
Holy shit!
I could have been getting laid 10 times over, and my oblivious ass said, "No, thank you, madam."
The first time,
Pardon me, madam, you dropped this.
Like, oh God.
the first time I ever kissed a girl was one of those moments.
Oh.
And it's just stuck in my brain.
Oh, it lives rent free in your brain.
Oh
forever,
my God,
doesn't it?
dude. Because I dumb fucking child me has no idea how to kiss somebody. I'm in 4th grade, and I'm like, I can do this, and like, I don't even.
Did you kiss like a cow chewing a cud, Patrick?
No, dude.
The first time I ever made out with someone, I was like 16.
This girl sat beside me, and I had a crush on her, and I basically just looked at her, and I said, "God damn it. This is embarrassing to say.
Oh,
This is
say it.
embarrassing to say." I just in my most sensual, like grown-up voice that I could muster, I said, "Are you ready?"
Did you fucking fist fight her afterwards? This man hit her with a fighting game opener.
And then
Rebel 1.
Yeah.
Fight.
Wow.
The wheel of fate was turning, dude.
The wheels of fate
Yeah.
are turning.
Are you ready?
I leaned
Are
in.
you ready?
Who was her main, Patrick?
I leaned in and I
Jesus,
grabbed
nightmare.
her shirt and I
'Cause
pulled
that's
her
what
up
this is.
to
Oh, no.
me and I
Oh,
kissed her
no.
on the lips and she just had no idea what was going on. And then I just sat
That's
back.
assault, brother.
I know. And then she just like she just looked at me and just like didn't say anything and then just sat back and like looked back at the front of the auditorium and I just sat and did the same thing and I was like,
Are you ready?
I was like, I guess I did good.
I was literally watching American Dad.
You didn't have a win like dialogue, bro.
No.
Incomplete characters,
Oh God.
I was literally watching American Dad the other day, and the fish called a girl that he was interested in, and he just like started.
I know
like,
exactly what this
he was
is.
like,
Do you eat the noodle? Do you eat?
Do you eat?
I have the money. I know exactly that bit. That bit was.
And then
the
eventually,
fuck?
by the time he gets like 30 seconds in, like the daughter who's like standing next to him just smashes the phone with a hammer and says, "Klaus, that was haunting.
Yeah.
Like, don't ever do that again." Like, what?
That is
You had
probably.
that moment face to face.
I
Sounded
know.
like a ransom
For 1
note.
second, yeah. Like you had that, like, are you ready? Like
The wheel of fate is turning.
she had that thought for 1 second. She's like, "This is it. This is the school shooting.
I'm gonna die. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
She was like,
Okay.
and
She
then
needed time to process
and then
afterwards.
she
Yeah.
just had to sit forward for a minute as her life had flashed before her eyes, And she had PTSD.
Did you ever tell the story of the fucking chicken is in a pot story?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Okay.
I said that on the
That's one of
podcast.
those moments.
That is. It was one of those moments for sure. I've said that on the podcast before. It's on like a really early episode. It might be on the episode you were on, actually. Actually, I know it was. I know it was because
That's
I
why
made
he remembers it.
Yeah, could be.
You think he listens to this garbage?
I talked to that girl again 20 years later through Facebook.
Was she ready then?
That's all I sent her on in Messenger. I just said, "Are you ready?"
What was her reply?
Are you ready now?
in bold font. Zalco.
Are you ready now?
Did he
You bitch!
Did he
You destroyed my childhood!
reach through the monitor and kissed her? Like a
And just
90s
reaches out the
commercial.
screen, yeah.
I talked to her.
Just a light little kiss.
I talked to her and I didn't say anything about that. I was just like, I don't remember what I said. I think actually she might have messaged me. I was like, "Hey, do you remember me?" And I was like, "Oh God." Yes. She just was like, she's like your generic like yuppie Mississippian girl, you know, who
Yuppie?
moved to Texas.
Say, we have yuppies here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I guess like middle class airheads.
I guess we
like,
have townies.
I mean,
but,
the middle class is slowly disappearing
she's like
in
a-
America in general. So
she's
I
a
guess.
she's
Yes.
an upper class. She's like an upper class airhead.
Okay.
You know, like not
guess it's
aristocrat
kinda hard to
airhead.
Did
say
she talk like a
anymore.
valley girl?
Yes, she does.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's coming together.
Yeah.
all right.
She's like
That's why you were attracted to her, because she was like conventional '90s attractive.
I was attracted to her because she was blonde, and I like.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, I like anybody blonde.
Think of
Sorry,
every
that was me
major
thinking about
female
a-
character that wasn't on Moesha in the '90s. And
Yeah.
yeah, like it's just a blonde white chick, like you know, like at
No one
least-
knows. Noah married a blonde white chick.
I guess she was blonde when I met her.
It's your fucking type, dude.
I don't really have a type.
Yeah, me neither.
Kind of like
If
me,
it has-
just women. I'm actually more of a. I figured this out.
I think I might be demisexual, actually, looking back.
I'll tell you. I figured this out about myself eventually.
Nah, man, you
I'm a
gay.
psychosexual.
Damn, I'm gay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm like.
Demisexual. We've been over this, Eric. Demisexual and psychosexual are the same thing. Demisexual
Oh.
is just the new term for Gen
Is that what
Z.
psychosexual
wait,
means? So
really?
you have to know someone to be attracted to them?
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
like a,
no, I'm
Yeah,
attracted
that's
to
what
people.
demisexual means.
Like the more I know you
Yeah.
and the more I like you, the more
Yeah, yeah.
attractive you become to me.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
demisexual, deromantic. That's what those terms mean.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
okay,
worry,
then.
Eric. I already
So
knew
we're
that
both
you
gay,
weren't
Yeah,
apparently.
straight.
no, yeah. Yeah, I always said I'm 99% straight, but at the end of the day, you know, if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
click with someone,
Do you
who
guys
just
have a
so
moment like
happens
that,
to have
though?
a penis, but they are female representing, I could
I've
still
had a
get
few.
behind it.
Do you mind sharing one? Do you have one that comes to mind that's funny?
Wait,
no,
what?
no,
No,
funny.
he's like no, no,
what?
actually, no. I don't remember any of them, and no.
No, I
What
mean,
was,
I
what
don't
was
wanna-
the question?
Do you have like any moment like that, like the
A moment
it just
like what?
kind
the
of
moment cringe moment that you did?
Like a gay moment? What do you mean?
Yeah, a gay moment, dude. That's what I
Like-
mean.
gay moment.
No,
I mean,
I'm brown.
I
I'm
watch
brown.
I watch Futanari stuff sometimes, but that's about as gay
Wow,
as
this
it
dude
gets.
gay.
Yeah, it says
I
the
mean-
man who spends half
I
his life
mean-
on E621.
Half my life. What the fuck?
It's at least 3/4, Patrick.
No,
Uh,
bro. 17
I just-
fucking years,
I
bro.
just-
That's a lot of porn, is all I'm saying.
I mean, there's probably enough. It's furry porn, dude. There's so much of it.
I don't know.
There's probably
Yeah,
17
maybe.
years worth of furry porn.
You know what I say? Furry
Somebody
porn
do the
doesn't bother
math.
me at all. It just,
Nobody
as long-
ever do that curse
Somebody
math.
do the math.
I'll come to your house.
There's only one
And
rule
be a
with
brown
sex.
guy.
I'll be a brown guy in your presence.
God damn.
You know,
The
there's only
scariest
one
thing.
rule with sex: consent.
Yes.
Now, because humans are all terrible, there's also 2 sub rules: no kids, no animals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Other than that, everything else is fucking clear.
But do you have any cringe
Like-
moments like that that come to mind of
Sex
things you
moments?
did? No, not sex moments. I
Cringe
mean, just
sex
like when I
moments?
kissed the girl, like cringe things that keep you up
When
at 2
that
o'clock in the
fa- la-
morning.
la- la-
When I was getting my second or third blowjob, I
Yeah?
actually, without thinking of it, used the line, "How low can you go?" I was.
Did she keep going?
Yeah. How low did she go, Eric?
Did she keep
well,
going?
she did that time, but
She go to the flow?
Pretty
She did
damn
down
low, then.
she did finish that time, but the next time when I Oh, I forget what I even said. I was gonna come. while we were fucking.
I think I've heard this story actually.
Yes, and I think I said like something. It was a baseball reference.
Yes,
I don't
I
remember
have
what
heard
it
this story.
was.
I have heard this story.
I was like,
Was it the
something
same
like
person?
running for
Both
home base?
times?
Yeah, it was the same person. I was
Okay.
forbidden from talking during sex
Yeah,
after that.
Yeah.
Which is a cringe memory I can never get rid of. But also,
Yeah.
she was a bitch, so I kind of
Yeah.
I'm over it now.
Yeah.
But also,
You're
still,
a married man.
I am, and I still. But even though I'm over it now, and I can confidently say that she was a bitch, I can also say that doesn't make it any less cringe.
No.
I did that.
does.
Yeah.
I did do that. Like,
You said, if I recall, I think what you said was get ready for the home stretch.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
The wheel of fate was turning.
The wheel of fate was
The
turning.
wheels of fate.
Get
are
ready for
turning.
the home stretch.
Get ready for the home Oh Jesus Christ.
Patrick, put in a bunch of like moves of somebody blocking an attack in Blaze Blue, like 6 times in a row.
Are you ready? Here comes the home stretch.
It's 2 people doing their ults at each other at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather play the guy who says "Get ready for the home stretch" than "Are you ready?" before he does his.
Are you
ult.
ready, guys? Kind of edgy.
Yeah, he's kind of
Just in case that guy is listening, I would like to go ahead and throw out there, if you somehow actually like us enough to care about our characters, I'm more than happy to do a couple voice lines for you.
Bro, we
or
should
for you to
commission
make-
those fucking
use those
characters.
characters.
Well, somebody recently asked if they could have me, Eric, and Will in their video game as like enemies for like
Absolutely.
a one-time encounter for an RPG.
Absolutely, like totally
Yeah,
cool.
and
I'd
Eric
be
was
more
like,
than
"Yeah, I'd
happy.
love to do that. I'll do some voice lines." And
You guys fighting out so much better than mine. All I got is I'm brown.
Is that what you said to her? God damn.
Hell no.
I leaned in and I leaned
I'm
in.
brown, baby. You want in?
I just whispered sexually, "Hey, I'm brown."
She said, "Oh."
Is that kind of like once you go black, you never go back? But
Why don't you go brown? You stick around.
yeah, there you go.
I'm pretty sure my intro is just Latin guitars.
Maracas.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. What do you say before your ult, Noah? Is that just you screaming, "I'm brown"?
I'm brown.
It's gotta be a stupid, powerful old too.
Yeah. You just explode or something. What the fuck? Patrick, put in the sound effects. This is gonna be a very sound effect heavy podcast.
They left that dialogue in because they knew like the first reaction you have when you first encounter it is always gonna be "What the fuck?" right before he explodes.
You know, it's funny.
It's all about the timing.
Make the guy like an Aryan white guy too, so it just makes no sense. in
Suddenly
context.
blonde hair, blonde. He's like, "What the fuck?"
I identify as brown.
Oh my god.
It's like, okay, like I'm totally fine with like the sex politics stuff, but you can't. I kind of feel like anyone.
There was
like,
that lady that did that.
There was the
It was like,
thing.
what?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
no.
there was a lady who was like, she was like, "I identify as black."
Yeah,
And she
well-
was like a
congressman.
yeah. Was she a congressman?
That like she had gotten insanely far for literally just not actually being black.
Yeah.
She's
Wow.
just, and quite frankly, I also can't help but think
State
like,
of fucking politics in
Well,
this country.
this is also a point. I'm just like, doesn't this just kind of prove that race is bullshit? Like this
kind of.
ethnically white woman has been passing
Rachel
as a black woman.
Dolezal. She was a
for,
college
like,
instructor.
ever.
Here she is.
Yeah, like she just passed.
Is she black?
No, she was born to white parents, and she got like a lot of. She wears makeup and got like surgery to look black.
I was gonna say she looks like kind of mixed in that.
I
picture.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, like she looks a little like she might have some African
Race is a
heritage.
construct, dude.
And because of how racist
well, there,
people
there
are,
are
when
white
someone
people in
has
Africa,
like,
but you know.
well, yeah, the South.
She was
Africa,
president of
and
the
they're not there because
NAACP
white people
chapter
come
in
from
Spokane,
Africa.
Washington. That's
Yeah, okay. I knew she had some sort of political position or
Yeah.
something. Like she
That's
got
crazy though.
like she got way too far for literally just
The state of
factually
fucking
not
politics in
being
this
what
country.
She said. Again, it's not like that fucking matters either.
No, it
Like,
doesn't.
but at the
Here
same
she
time,
is.
it's just like that's so.
yeah, she's not.
Yeah,
It's
she's
such
just.
a weird thing to fucking lie about.
I know it's so strange.
Like,
why did you
Honestly,
lie
she's
about
not.
that, Rachel?
She's not just white. She's kind of pallid in the before picture.
Yeah, she's just.
Like
she's
she looks
just
kind of sickly.
She does kind of look sickly.
I mean,
honestly,
yeah, she honestly looks a little healthier
it's acne probably.
in the newer picture.
Patrick, put out the picture. She
I think
looks
it's
like
the
an
lighting.
ugly.
Actually, I think it's the
That
lighting.
looks a lot like Freckles. Honestly, I'm pretty sure she's like Scotch Irish.
Patrick, superimpose some pimples all over.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Make sure that you. I mean, like, don't even like put up a picture of her when she looks pretty. Just make her just a horrid monster.
God damn it.
She's pretty middle of the road as far as looks are concerned.
Now when she's on the screen, she ain't.
Hey.
Hey.
like, you know, I mean,
No, would
she's,
still hit it.
like neither good nor
That's
bad.
not saying
Like,
much,
you know,
man.
she's fine. She's got a good personality. She'll get it. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's kind of like my dick size. I neither have an advantage nor a disadvantage.
Yes.
It's all up to me.
Yes.
So, like, you know,
If she
I am
doesn't
not
get
to
there,
worry.
it's 100%
Nor am
your
I a
fault.
man.
I remember you saying that.
yeah, like if I fuck up, it's my fault.
Yep.
Like, you know, if she doesn't get there, then it's all on me.
God damn, I wish we could turn the fucking fan on.
Yeah,
you
it
know.
is fucking
It's
sweltering
fucking
in here.
sweltering. God,
Which is
damn.
bullshit because my windshield's been frozen the past 2 fucking days. I fucking
There's gonna
went
be
to
a
work.
fucking. There's like a fucking freeze warning or something tonight.
God damn it.
It's gonna get down to
Really?
like 32.
All
I
my
need to
fucking
turn
are
the
gonna
heater back
fucking
on.
die.
Let me fucking make sure
Sorry,
that was
that's not
tonight.
something I'm normally worried about, but like I'm actually kind of pissed because I'm just like I have so many of them and they were about to bloom and like if it ices, I'm gonna lose
No,
all
it was
those
yesterday.
fucking flowers.
It was yesterday. It wasn't. It's not tonight. It was
Oh,
yesterday.
okay.
Yeah, the low tonight is 50. Yeah, 52.
Okay.
It was yesterday. Yesterday was
Hopefully-
going to get down to like the 30s.
Hopefully the batch survived because I haven't budded yet.
Your
But,
weed.
like, well, no. I had a lot of flowers bud.
Our fucking
early.
listeners don't live in Mississippi. It's fine. They all live in Brazil.
You don't know that. You
I
don't
know where they
know
fucking
that.
live.
Mono does not live in Brazil.
Huh?
Mono doesn't live in Brazil.
Yeah, it's true. Mono
How
lives
you
in
gonna
Mexico. It's very
choose-
close.
How you
No,
gonna
it's
choose?
not. What the fuck?
It's true. It's not. It's hundreds of miles away.
How are you
separated
gonna
by an
choose
ocean.
the only country not represented here?
What's that?
Like, there's English-speaking people and Spanish-speaking people. That's the Americas.
I do both.
It's true.
Like, yeah, exactly. The Americas are filled with English and Spanish-speaking people.
When are we going to get Chinese
Well,
fans?
Brazilians speak Portuguese.
That's what I'm saying. The only group not represented here is the goddamn Brazilians with their fucking Portuguese nonsense and their beautiful women.
Beautiful Portuguese nonsense. Yeah.
No,
that's
they're
right.
beautiful Brazilian women.
Don't
Fuck
Haitians speak
Portuguese
French?
I don't know. Do Haitians speak French?
people. Haitians aren't even
All
a
I know is
people
that-
anymore.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Are they not?
about?
Like, is that actually a
Yeah,
thing?
their fucking country fell
their
apart.
country is literally.
Oh,
I'd say it's collapsing, but that would suggest
You guys know
that
that's kind
there's
of,
any infrastructure.
that, you know, you guys know that's kind of our fault, right?
Oh yeah,
There's a
definitely.
lot
Like the royal
of stuff
R.
going on.
Yeah.
The Dominican Republic basically said, "Haitian who?" Like they said like Haiti. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like you
Yeah.
know they said we're not even.
I
gonna
only know
touch that
because
shit."
like after they got their independence from France, we kind of sided with France. We're like, hey, you owe France $1 gazillion
well,
for the rebellion you won.
God
the
damn.
Haitians were like
Yeah.
the Haitians and the Brazilians were like some of the few slave rebellions that ever actually fucking did anything.
Yeah,
Now, to be fair, the Brazilians were really fucking smart about it. and
Haiti got
developed
fucked over after the
capoeira
fact.
and like currently have a very successful country. And Haiti got fucked over. Now, probably because
Haiti
of,
is to see, but like I said, it's not solely because of what happened, but us saying that they do have to pay France back for the rebellion that France lost
yeah, no,
didn't do
fuck
them any
that.
favor.
What did they
any
start
favors.
making payments?
I doubt
They
it.
they probably tried.
Ah, that's
I assume
commendable.
they probably stopped after a minute too.
Yeah.
That'd be one of those situations where you'd be
Just
like, well,
fuck
you can
'em.
come and fucking get it, dude. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
like
come
seriously.
get it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like you know.
Well, the thing is, like, they probably stopped, but what happens is, you have the United States Navy and the French navies, right?
Mhm.
And Haiti's like a landlocked, like an island, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
It's
So, like-
technically bordered directly up with the Dominican Republic, but
Hmm.
they are both on one big island.
We-
yeah, one island.
Both of our countries can exert pressure on a country.
Oh, absolutely. Economically, for
Yeah.
sure. 100%.
So,
until they collapse.
That's probably what ended up happening.
Yeah, I watched a documentary on Sealand, like the tiniest nation in the world, yesterday. And at one point, when they became a country, some like German terrorists landed there with a helicopter and took over the whole country technically, with an
This
armed
is a
like.
micronation.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. They took the place over with like 2 shotguns and like a submachine gun, right?
Yeah.
Reasonable, because there was only 5 fucking people there in the first place.
Sure.
All right. So they left. They got on a boat. They went to England. They came back 6 months later with a boat and came back and fucking raided the place and took their fucking nation back with fucking like they hired a mercenary group and like landed there
for like
in a
these,
boat.
for like these 2 German guys.
mean,
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I'm kind
I
of
guess,
okay
yeah.
with that.
It
like,
was so
if-
that's so
if
cool.
the Germans are gonna come, if these two, I say the Germans, if those
yeah,
two
the entire
Germans,
German army.
yeah, I'm pretty sure Germany probably never even acknowledged this shit.
They were just like 5 terrorists.
No,
guys.
like if you
they were just 5 assholes.
Yeah,
who-
assholes.
yeah,
from
they're fine,
Germany.
like if you admit to being a Nazi in Germany, they'll fuck you up.
yeah, they
They'll
will.
kill you.
They will.
Yeah.
They won't.
They'll
fucking
give you the
tolerate it.
fucking. They'll give you the fucking the rope, dude.
If you fucking do a fucking Heil Hitler Nazi salute, they will fucking arrest you on the spot.
But yeah,
Yeah.
they came back with a boat with some like hired mercenaries and like swatted the whole fucking place and
I
took
mean,
their
I kinda
fucking
don't
country
care.
back,
Dude.
dude.
Again,
That's pretty
like,
gangster though.
if
It
you
was.
steal something from me at gunpoint, I'm allowed to shoot you.
That's some like real
like,
rimworld
I'm
shit
just
to
saying,
be honest.
like,
yeah.
if you steal my shit at gunpoint, I can come back and shoot you.
God, I love that fucking game.
Technically,
Like,
they got fucking
why
taken
not?
back by the prince too. Like the prince
Nice.
of the nation came back with a fucking mercenary squad and took the place over with
I
sawed-off
feel like
shotguns.
he'd be a king.
He became the king. Soon
He's definitely
after.
a king now.
He's definitely the king now.
I
That,
mean, yeah.
That guy who like,
If you come and take my house, I will in fact come back with shotguns and murder you.
you know how they make their money over there?
I mean,
Selling
selling
resources that they
clamshells or something.
farm. Yeah.
Okay, so 3 ways.
I
One, they fish, obviously, and then they sell
it's
some
an
shit
island.
that they fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 2, they sell titles to the nation, like over the internet.
I mean, people will just pay
That's
like.
smart.
Yeah.
That's just social media, like.
I mean,
smartness.
Scotland does that.
Yeah, you can be like a duke of Sealand for like $100.
To be fair, that whole thing got under a lot of scrutiny.
it did.
Did it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, the established titles thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's the thing.
I thought it was like they gave you a fife. Technically, there was like an inch. Like
Hold
a
on.
square inch or
thing.
some shit.
Third thing. Third way they make their money.
Alright.
Oh.
They host gambling and pornography sites. Off of
Because they're in
servers.
international
Yeah.
Hey, man,
waters.
if it works.
Hell yeah.
Smart.
They had some people apparently come to them about like hosting snuff films and stuff, and apparently the
Whoa.
king was like, "Nah, man, we draw the line at gambling and porno."
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
like,
king
you
was
know-
like, "Hey, man, calm the fuck
Yeah,
Losing
down."
your money
exactly.
because you're dumb or being horny are fine.
Yeah.
Being horny
Literally
and murdering
killing
is
people
different.
is kind of different.
Yeah.
Being dumb with money is almost the American way.
Oh
I'm
my god,
kinda
that's
fine
the
with
American
that.
dream, dude. Being
Like,
dumb
you
with your
know,
money, getting drunk, and then
I'm-
coming home and beating your wife and your kids.
Whoa,
That is the American. That is the American dream.
that's
No?
not a dream I ever
No.
had.
No. Patrick.
Yeah.
I'm brown.
That wasn't
The
where I was
true
going
inherit,
with it,
the
but,
true
you
inheritor
know,
of the American
I
dream, the brown
appreciate
man.
your your immediate acceptance. you
Yeah.
know. I need to learn how to be more open-minded like you.
Yeah, you got to be more brown, dude. It won't take
I
long.
I gotta get down.
Well,
with the
Rachel
brown.
Dola's all you up, dude.
I gotta get down with the brown.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll get you some makeup
I mean,
and some.
I
I'm
had a-
glad that became a recurring joke.
I had
Yeah.
a black girlfriend for 7 years, but obviously I'm not
You
down
did
with the
indeed.
brown enough.
I can confirm this.
Yeah.
Mhm. She was a bit of a bitch. Not nothing to do with it. She was black.
I
She
had
just
one for
happened to be a bitch.
3.5 years.
Really?
And she was also a bitch. Yeah, she was crazy. That bitch was nuts.
Well, I mean, she was cool.
Was she?
You'd just
yeah,
be
dude.
together.
She once tried to kill herself on her apartment balcony with a kitchen knife.
Why?
And I had to. I don't remember actually.
I don't
It was
think I ever
something
discussed
minor.
this with you, but she actually tried to kill herself a couple of times too.
Did
for
she?
random
Yeah.
reasons.
See,
and I like
women are nuts, dude.
never really quite understood it.
Black women, crazy. That's
Bro,
all I'm saying.
This dude dated. There's like a sample size of 2 black women, and this dude gonna be like, "Black women crazy."
Black women crazy. They try to kill
No,
themselves
I was gonna
all
say,
the
Fuck
time,
out of
dude.
here, bro.
Honestly, I feel like 50 to 60% of the women I've ever met have all had suicidal ideations.
Sounds like you got a type.
It's
bro.
just like, no, I just mean
I
like
know, I was joking. man.
people be depressed.
I had
like
to.
it's just kind of normal these
To
days.
be fair, depression is like on the rise.
I
Yeah,
told
like,
Noah this though.
I've
I
just met a
choked
lot
that
of
bitch
very
out.
Depressed people.
Well, actually, before you
Did
got
like
here,
it?
like,
No, she was trying to kill herself, and I choked her out because I didn't have any other recourse.
Oh well,
Because she went very quickly from killing herself to me trying to stop her to her trying to kill me with the knife, and then I fucking armbarred her and fucking took her down.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn.
Yeah.
But
Good job. I mean,
I'm glad you stopped her from
Before
killing
you got
herself.
here, though, like on a topic of depression, like Patrick and I were talking about, like how it kind of like once you like get old enough, life kind of starts to feel a little bit empty.
yeah.
Yeah.
The future starts to feel a little bit empty.
I mean, you
It may just be the
realize enough
times we live in,
stuff,
I don't
you
know.
realize that like things are inevitably going to go downhill in certain ways. People are going to die.
Your health,
blah, blah,
especially.
blah. Right, you're always going to continue
Not
deteriorating.
me, bro. I'm fit as fuck.
Noah's one big brown muscle. That's actually we haven't actually talked about that much, but that is his physiology.
Yeah, there's not a human sitting like beside us. It just looks like a large lump of old steak.
Yeah.
Like he's just like a big brown muscle. Like
with
there's really
like
nothing else
a
here.
big wavy mustache and a sombrero. But
There
yeah.
you go.
God damn. That almost felt racist.
And a Corona lime.
Yeah, you don't say.
Like, God damn, Patrick.
Yeah,
Dial
I
it back.
I
Dial
can't.
it back.
I only go in one setting, dude. I only have one
Pure
form of comedy.
racism. That's why Noah's friends with you.
Yeah, of
He
course.
craves the abuse.
Yeah, of course.
Yearn for the mines.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
That's why. What's his shit? What's the dude who
Which
we hung
one?
out with over at the game place who was on your podcast really early on? That
the game place.
the big gay black dude.
Al.
Al. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why Al hangs
he
out with
comes
me.
on too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is why Al hangs out.
That's why
I can be homophobic and racist.
That's
It's a
why
double
my-
whammy for me.
To be fair, Patty probably comes off worse than that. Al's fucking hilarious. Like,
Al is hilarious. Al's like one of the
I
funniest.
really
human
liked
beings I
him
know.
on the early episodes I heard him on.
He's
I
very,
thought
he never
was a-
says
he was a
anything
really cool
unless
guy.
he can say something funny. It's
He's
great.
smart.
Yeah, he is. He's smart.
yeah.
He's not like me. I just try to fill dead air.
Al
with
is actually someone I
sounds.
would watch if they hosted a podcast.
God
Like
damn.
a Twitch stream or some shit.
I'd love
He
to
was
have
fun to hang
Al.
out with too. He was a
I'd
nice
love to
guy.
have him back on the podcast. He should come back on the podcast some.
I'm glad I got to meet him and hang out with him.
Yeah. I don't actually have I don't have any art for him made for the show. I have it for like the watch along stuff, but I don't have anything for the podcast. If he would come on the show, I'd get some art made for him. We could do some fucking episodes.
You gotta make him
about
the coolest of us, man.
Yeah, I was about to say, holler at your boy.
it. Wouldn't be hard.
But don't call him boy. Don't call him boy.
Don't-
But do holler at
Yeah,
your boy.
yeah,
but do
yeah,
not
yeah.
call him boy.
Yes, of course.
Unless it's
I'll
in
do
like
my
a
best.
casual setting, that's probably okay. But like, just
After a
make
few
sure,
drinks, I
just
start.
Make sure
It just
that you keep the tone right.
it
'cause
falls
if it's
out of
like-
my mouth.
It's
Honestly,
like, boy, what you saying?
Yeah.
That's fine. But if you say, well,
if I do it in my Eddie Murphy
boy,
voice, is that
like,
okay?
That's different.
Is Eddie Murphy still relevant?
I don't know.
Is
We
Eddie
watched.
Murphy still homophobe?
Yes,
he?
definitely. Yeah.
Faggots aren't allowed to look at my ass while I'm on stage.
There's this. I never knew this, but he fucking put a clip of Eddie Murphy doing stand up where he was just like,
He was just
don't none of you
homophobic?
faggots be looking at my ass during the show.
Whoa.
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
What
It
the
was the
Calm
80s,
the fuck
dude.
down, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was in the 80s, so he was just
Okay,
making it, he was
I
probably just
guess.
making an edgy joke.
Yeah.
Like he's saying like, oh, you gay man can't be looking at my, like,
It's
like,
it definitely did not age well.
no,
No.
it didn't, like, but I mostly think that it feels like an edgy joke. You know, I feel like it's hard to be that involved
What? How?
in
Okay.
Hollywood
Okay. What are
and
the
to
chances?
not have any gay friends.
What are the chances
He
Eddie
was kinda
Murphy
high
has
up in
fucked a
Hollywood.
man?
Probably-
I'd say
Probably above average, to be honest.
51%.
See? All right. It's
Like,
yeah.
It's slightly more likely that it's happened.
Then I'll
than
give
it
him the
hasn't.
pass. I'll give him the pass.
There you go.
If the chances are
You,
even a little bit above average.
You lost a pass when you got married.
That's true.
you did marry,
I married a woman. Well, that's I mean, you can call her a female if you want, but
This guy said female.
it's, she's like barely. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You saying a woman has to be born female, Noah? What the fuck?
That's not what I said
God
at all.
damn.
What are you talking about?
this fucking bigot. Get this bigot
What
off our
the
fucking
fuck?
show, Eric. God damn.
Can't believe-
Transphobic motherfucker.
Fucking,
No.
fucking typical shit, guys. Throw the brown person under the bus. It's
Well,
happening
we couldn't
again.
kill you the first in the movie, so when we have the Anything Cast movie, we'll kill you first.
Not me, bro.
Oh, that's true. You're just too swole. You just survive. That'll be the bit.
You'll get like
I survive by
killed.
being sensible and just leaving.
See, here's what happens, Noah. You'll get killed, quote unquote, in the earlier part of the movie, like the first or second death. And then by the time we get to like the last like 15, 20 minutes, when we're on like the, 10th
Death's
and 11th
door.
death, you come back out and are just like, bitch, I survived! And like, come back from behind, like,
Shell on brown on the top of my lungs.
Yeah, I'm brown!
It'd be more realistic if Noah just ended up being the killer. Like Noah
Oh, okay, there we go.
Noah just gets fed up and becomes the killer one
Noah
day.
is, famously very insane and has killed many
There you
women.
go.
Yeah.
That's me.
Due
He
to
holds
being
up
jealous
the-
of the fact that they have vaginas, and he's always wanted a vagina. on
Of
stage.
course.
Bruh.
He's held up the
as we all know, is a very common thing.
Getting character assassinated.
he holds up the knife and takes the mask off. He goes,
Damn.
sinks it deep into someone's chest slowly. Oh, he is brown.
That's how like racism works, or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's how-
right?
that's
Yeah,
how it
that's
works.
how it works. You just declare it.
You're just a like a fantasy monster now because you skin be
Got a
different.
stab block and everything. That's how the players know they can win, though.
This is
Duly noted. Just remember, racist. He's telling you how to do it.
yeah, exactly. Give them a
Take
stat
this
block.
advice. You can't be a real racist unless you've heard how to do it right. That's I don't know. what
This is
to
how I
fucking
know that
say.
we're getting deep into the podcast. I've stopped sitting straight upright, and I'm now like laying in my chair.
He has become horizontal.
Yeah,
much like
yes.
many a Twitch thoughts.
Last recording session with Will.
He's on his way to fame.
Did you
and
guys hear
fortune.
about like this girl recently? Like she turned 18 and like immediately hopped on OnlyFans with like $200,000 the first week or something.
God damn.
That's
I'm
called
not mad.
enterprising.
Like,
God damn.
I would have done
I
it.
mean, what are you supposed to be mad at?
The
Yeah.
last thing I
Well,
saw
some
was
people
that
some people do get upset on that shit, and I'm like, bro, like, yeah, like let's be honest. If you told me I could put my fucking asshole on the internet for $200,000 in 1 week, like I'd be like,
Absolutely.
yeah, like, I'd be like,
Absolutely.
when can we shoot, bro?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, immediately.
Is there anything you want me to like do in preparation? Like,
Wipe, pretty
yeah,
much. But yeah,
yeah, I got you.
yeah. There was the last thing I saw that was big on Twitch was that girl who got on and was playing Fortnite, but like the camera for the game, the footage of the game was just her ass, and then she had chroma keyed out her green shorts and was playing the game on her ass.
I see.
Yes,
And,
yes,
yeah.
I'm familiar with this. Yeah,
That
they,
was
That's
that
funny.
became a thing, and then people started like chroma keying out their boobs and then like
Mhm.
playing with like on their like cleavage, basically. It
That's
became
funny.
a thing.
I mean, like
It was
it's
funny for
totally
like
fine.
5 minutes.
Yeah, like
I
I would
feel like
chuckle if someone did
all
that.
of
Like,
those things are fine in like a joke sense or whatever, but like at the end of the day, let's be completely honest.
it wasn't a bit.
no, it wasn't
no,
a bit. She was
here's-
making
here's-
money.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
yeah.
ahead and say the thing. That
Which again, like I'm
everybody's
not mad
thinking.
at it.
The only reason you're making money is because you're selling sex to 13-year-olds on a gaming website.
That
if you were on a
too.
porn website,
Yeah.
you would be a grain of sand on the beach.
Yeah, she's playing
like
Fortnite.
Well,
the
I'm not
only
even, like-
reason you're making bank is because you're trying to sell sex to literal children.
Yeah,
Like
that's
and
that's
like
the cringy
they're not
part.
allowed to go on like porn websites, so they go on Twitch. And like then they see jiggly boobs and they jack off. Like,
God, I never.
congratulations, you have an army of children masturbating. to
Jiggly
you.
Boobs is my favorite Pokemon. Don't you talk shit about that.
Here's the thing, man.
Ah, dude, hell yeah.
You want to know what I did when I was 13 years old?
Jack off.
I clicked on the yes, I'm 18 button and went to a real fucking porn website, you fucking pussy.
Well, that's why in Mississippi, like now, if they're
Age
being legitimate,
verification,
yeah,
dude.
you have to submit your fucking status ID.
Did you do that, Noah?
I'm going to go ahead and
Hell no.
help children
You didn't submit your green
and
card, bro?
adults.
Fuck no.
I just want to let all of you know that
ASA. I'm 18.
xvideos.com,
Yeah.
not blocked in the US.
Yeah,
This
that's
is not
true.
an American like site.
Yeah, they don't have to go by
Who
American
gives
rules.
a
Yeah.
fuck? It's a giant free porn
Yeah.
depository.
God,
No, like, I
that
get it.
fucking
Like, I
website
Do you
just
think
explain
I
it.
care where the fucking website's hosted if I can choose the
Bro,
race?
I'm just providing context, man.
sex, like
Calm your horny ass down.
If I'm honest though, X videos kind of turns me off because their like website design is so ugly.
Well, the content is kind of grainy too.
Yeah, it's always like low quality footage.
Yeah.
And then like
Don't look at me like that. You know we're right.
You know we're fucking right. They ain't got the fucking design of Pornhub, all right?
What are you fucking bougie porn addicts talking about?
I only consume the finest of porn, sir.
I've been at this for 15 years. God damn, what'd you do?
I just threw my elbow back and knocked something off this thing.
You knocked, you knocked a lot of shit over. Hold on, let me get that. Anyways, that's the show, folks. Thank you for listening. This is the AnythingCast. I'm Patrick.
I'm X Videos.
I'm Noah.